Sure. So the Human Rights Law Resource Centre is an independent, non-profit community legal centre. We promote and protect human rights, and in so doing seek to promote dignity, address disadvantage and discrimination, and create a more just and cohesive community. We do that by using the law as a tool for social justice, by undertaking a range of casework and litigation, policy analysis and advocacy, and also educational activities. We do our work for and with a diverse range of marginalised and disadvantaged groups. Our clients and stakeholders include people experiencing homelessness, people with mental illness, asylum seekers, people with disability, and the like. My role in the organisation is Executive Director, in which capacity I have overall responsibility for the governance, strategy and policy of the organisation. Well, taking the first part of the question, I see the human rights framework as a very important framework in enshrining those core, fundamental and universal values that are necessary for people to live with dignity and to provide people with the capacity and the capabilities and the opportunity to participate in and contribute to the community and a very cohesive and just community. In terms of why I got into that, I guess I have particular training and skills as a lawyer, and I think that I have a responsibility with those skills and capabilities to use them as a force for good and for providing access to justice, promoting the administration of justice, and ensuring people are treated with dignity and respect. Sure. So one of the really important things that we do is casework that involves advocating for marginalised and disadvantaged individuals. We regularly use a human rights framework, in particular the Victorian Charter of Human Rights and Responsibilities, to improve the lot of these people. Some of the cases in which we've been involved, for example, include relying on the right to respect for private and family life in order to prevent the eviction of a single mother from public housing into a state of homelessness. We've used the Charter to access more appropriate healthcare and accommodation facilities for children with acquired brain injuries. We've used it to promote prisoner access to rehabilitative and educational opportunities, including particularly prisoners near release who are about to re-enter the community. We've used the Charter to promote access to educational services for children with autism spectrum disorders. We've used it to promote meaningful consultation with the Indigenous residents of Alice Springs town camps who are affected by the Northern Territory intervention. So we've used it in very diverse ways. What is common to though is that we've used it on behalf of disadvantaged groups to provide equality of opportunity and ensure the conditions necessary for those people to participate in the community on an equal basis. Well, my experience there dates back beyond the work that I've done with the Human Rights Law Resource Centre. Prior to working with this organisation, I worked for 5 years running a specialist homeless persons legal service. We provided services by way of outreach to services that were accessed by homeless people for more pressing needs like accommodation, like food, and like community. So in that capacity we work very closely with Credo Cafe, which is run by Collins Street Baptist Church, very closely with the Salvation Army and their Flagstaff Crisis Accommodation Facility, with St Vincent de Paul and their Ozanam House Crisis Accommodation Facility, and together with the Anglican Church at St Peter's Eastern Hill, which runs a breakfast program. So worked hand in hand with those Christian groups who were very much committed to the alleviation of disadvantage. That's continued in my current role. We've partnered with a range of Christian organisations in the campaign for improved promotion and protection of human rights, and very much see a strong synergy between the values that are recognised, for example, in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and those values which Christianity espouses. I think there's a range of reasons. First of all, it will enshrine a body of fundamental values to which we all ascribe, and which set out what we have a responsibility to do to each other and what government has a responsibility to provide to us to ensure that we live in a just society. It will provide marginalised groups with a means of empowerment. It will act as a tool of accountability and promote responsiveness in government and in the delivery of public services. It will promote a more innovative look at the way in which we develop and deliver programs, and encourage consultative, participatory approaches. And it will involve us all in a national dialogue about basic values like freedom, respect, equality, dignity, and I hope make them a much more central aspect and part of Australian identity.